I'd like to see a gigantic project of dismantling, of just getting rid of all this stuff, of tearing up the freeways and the roads, and just getting rid of all this stuff that rests on the destruction of nature, that separates us from the natural world, that has people on this treadmill to constantly work and constantly consume. It's madness. It's destroying everything, and it just has to go.
The average North American consumes 5 times more than a Mexican, 10 times more than a Chinese person, and 30 times more than a person from India.
Everybody in the world now can feel the power of these large multinational corporations. Many of these companies are much more powerful than even governments.
Developers.
The first world.
6.
We are 20% of the people of the world. And yet we are consuming 80% of the world's resources. This level of consumption is simply not sustainable. If we continue to consume at this current rate, then eventually I think we're going to hit the wall.
5.
If we are so stupid that we don't listen
4.
to the early warning signals that the planet is sending us.
3.
But it's going to be a terrible time in history that may take hundreds of years before the planet heals again.
2. Developers. Yes.
There'll be a global economic collapse.
1.
There'll be a global economic collapse.
0. Ignition. Liftoff. 30 minutes after the hour.
¿Qué clase de basura? Es repugnante el comportamiento de muchos gobernantes al ver derrumbarse como castillos de naipes sus modelos económicos. Cuba no promueve el consumismo. ¡Viva el socialismo! ¡Patria o muerte! ¡Venceremos!
a ration card with all the things you can get from the bodega. This is rice, these are beans, this is oil, cooking oil of course, sugar, soap, washing soap, and there might be also toothpaste. You can have everything around. This is meat, this is bread. You can see we have a daily bread every single day, every single month, January, February, March. So this is what it is. You have this card, you go to the bodega, you put it on, and every month they give you the quota, I mean the amount you have to have according to the ration system. I think it's a very good system to make everyone have at least the basic needs covered.
Las palabras de nuestro máximo líder, comandante en jefe, Fidel Castro Ruz.
Distinguidos invitados, queridos compatriotas,